Hi, Ed Diaz here. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the virtual tonewheel organ that's inside the Roland Phantom O. All right, let's get started. So if you love playing a tonewheel organ, which I do, I love playing that live, you're going to love the virtual tonewheel organ that's inside the Phantom O. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start off by pressing single tone, so it's going to temporarily clear out a scene for me. And the virtual tonewheel organ lives in Zone 2. Zone 2. Okay, virtual tonewheel organ can only be used in Zone 2. So I'm going to go to make sure Zone Select is on and go to Zone 2, and I'll hit Organ, and notice it comes up. Now, one thing that was pointed out to me by one of my colleagues was tonewheel organ spells out T-W-O. 2. So if you're ever unsure, just remember tonewheel organ lives in Zone 2. All right, so let's get started. So at the top of the screen, we can see the type of engine is a virtual tonewheel organ. We can see all these different knobs right here, these assignments, the vibrato and the chorus. We see all the type of chorus, the percussion, all that. That's great, but let's get into the meat of it. So we can go ahead and we can press parameter here, or we can press it right on the screen, and this takes us to a screen that we're familiar with. So let's give it a quick listen. Sounds great, but we can actually go in and edit it even further. So let's take a look at what editing parameters are available for us for the virtual tonewheel organ. So right away, first off, we can see the virtual tone wheels right here. So we can have them right here and make adjustments right here. All 8, but then if we want to get to the 9th, we can go in and physically pull that drawbar down right in here if we want to. We can do that in here. So I'll go ahead and reset those. And for those of you that are new to tonewheel organs, just remember they all have harmonics. They're all built off of harmonics. And so we can actually hear how they're built right in here. So we can actually make a chord. It's pretty cool. When you go into these and you start having fun with them. So the drawbars are right here. Of course, we can go ahead and use the rotary fast or soft just by touching it right here. Or we can use the brake, which stops it. Overdrive, if we want to have a little bit right there. We see our different vibrato and chorus settings right here. So we can go in and make those adjustments. And we see percussion on or off. And we see it slow, fast, normal, soft, second or third interval. So let's have a little bit of fun and just listen to this now. I might come in and let me exit real quick and take off this vibrato, take off that reverb. I might come in very quickly and say, all right, let's make some adjustments. So let's go ahead and reset this. There we go. Back to parameter. Notice also right here, my pitch mod, if I push it, if I use it left or right, it's turning on the rotary speaker fast and slow. If I push it forward, it engages the brake, which essentially turns off the rotary speaker. This was an effect that was used. So it just turns it off, keeps it from spinning right here. Hit it again, and it turns it back on. And that setting was set on fast, so that's how it came on right in there. And now if we look at the overdrive, if we want a little bit more dirt in our sound, we can go ahead and bring this on. Let me go ahead and put this back on slow. So we can make that as dirty or as clean as we want just by adjusting the overdrive right on top. So that's great right there. Of course, we can adjust the type of vibrato and chorus that we have available to us just by adjusting right here. Okay. So this is also a good thing. Now I want to direct your attention to the left side over here. We have the wheel side, the tone wheel side, and we also have the overdrive side. And this is where we can choose what is in the overdrive. We can do a VK overdrive, a tube distortion, a guitar amp simulator. So we can actually go in there and really fine tune that distortion in there, maybe a tube distortion. And like I said just a minute ago, we can also do a guitar amp simulator if you wanted to get very specific about the cabinet and the speaker that you're using. This is very, very cool that you can do this. My personal favorites is I love going into rotary and adjusting the rotary speed. We're going to give a video specifically on this so we can go ahead and really check out these nuances because everybody is so picky about the rotary speaker. Of course, we can have master effects there, and of course, if we do that, we have a ton of master effects that we can use, and then once we have that, we can even assign them to different controls, be it through a foot pedal or through the S switches over here. So that makes it a lot of fun. Now, I want to go back to wheel right here, and I want to go to Pro Edit. So go to Pro, and this is a great screen right here that you should take advantage of. It's the tone wheel type. We can go ahead and choose what type of tone wheel we're using, a vintage 1, vintage 2, a solid, or a clean. We can adjust the leakage level. And what leakage is think of a brand new car. When you get your car, all you hear is the engine. Sounds nice, and it sounds relatively clean. But as the car ages, you hear more extra noises, little hums and little weird little things. Same thing with a tone wheel cabinet. It's built with a bunch of cogs, so we have that represented in here with this model, so we can adjust the leakage. So I'm going to go ahead and just hold and hold. Let me go ahead and make sure there is no no overdrive. Let me go ahead and pick a new one. There we go. Make sure there's no overdrive. Okay, and I'll even the rotary is on slow, and let's go back to Pro. And let's go ahead and adjust that leakage level. And if you're wearing headphones or you have good speakers, you should be able to hear a lot of subtle noises in there, little artifacts. You hear it? It's kind of like overtones. It's all those subtleties that make the virtual tone wheel organ sound so good. Of course, you can go in there and adjust the vibrato and chorus like you could in the previous screen. I like this screen because I can go in further into the editing and I can adjust things. Of course, there are the harmonic bars, but I can go in and adjust the key click on and the key click off. Watch this. If I have this on, when I press down on a key, normally on a tone wheel organ, as time passes, dirt gets in between the keys, makes the contacts dirty, so you hear a little bit of click in the keys, in the sound. So we can adjust that here. So let me go ahead and go back to the top, and let me turn off the noise level, make it low so you can really kind of hear. They're nice and clean, like it's a clean, brand new organ. And we're going to go to the key click on. So on means as soon as I press down, that's on with the note, and key off is when I let off the note, and you can hear a click in here. So let's go ahead and turn it on, and I love a lot of key click in my sound. It's almost like a snap. There, you're starting to hear it come in. So you hear that little snap in the keys? Now let's do it on the key off. So pay attention when I let off the key, you're going to hear a click. So on, off. Hear it? So you hear that click in there. So that's what brings out the organ inside the Roland Phantom O, that virtual tone wheel organ, are those subtle nuances in here. So those key click on and offs are really good to have. And then also if you wanted to go further and adjust that leakage level, this is all to taste. You can have a very authentic sounding virtual tonal organ. I'm not going to say it's better than the real thing because I don't want any fights or arguments, but it's actually very, very good and very, very fun to play. So now that we've customized that organ a little bit, if we wanted to save our customized organ to call back up, all we would have to do is press the right button, and we would go ahead and go to tone and then press enter. And we can name it whatever we want. So if we wanted to name it Ed's Virtual Tonal Organ, we could do that. And then we would hit OK and save it to one of the users inside the Phantom O. So this is just a quick overview of the virtual tonal organ that is inside the Phantom O. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned as we're going to dig in a little bit deeper inside how to edit the rotary speaker and then also how to assign the various parameters to the switches and also to foot switches. All right, you guys take care, and we'll talk to you later.